Islam, myself, law master, and so are you. Weka Halifa. And in Arabic, that means, how are you doing? My appellation is James L., and I am near the Nashville, Tennessee Corporation at Morocco. And on this beautiful ELOI, I will be discussing and talking about numbers, nationality, and birthrights. Numbers, nationality, and birthrights. And beginning with that, I would like to read the Moorish Science Temple of America, Divine Constitution and Bylaws, Act 6. And it reads, with us, all members must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they may know that they are a part and a parcel of this said government, and know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865, during the time of slavery. But this is a new era in time now, and all men must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live. And the nations of the earth, this is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained Noah Ali, the prophet, to redeem his people from their sinful ways. The Moorish Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites who inhabited the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. And with that, I'll be reading from the Henry Campbell Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition, on page 497. Declare. What does declare mean? And it reads, to make known, manifest, or clear. Proclaim, on page 1371. And it reads, to promulgate, to announce, to publish by governmental authority, intelligence of public acts or transactions or other matters important to be known by the people, to give wide publicity to disclose. And we're adding on to that, there are 4 types of citizens. And those 4 types of citizens, number 1, national. And it reads, the highest ranking citizen, the natural aboriginal indigenous inhabitants of the land. Then number 2, naturalized citizen. These are those whom came here to become citizens through naturalization process, not to be confused with nationalization. And then 3, subject. This is where subject citizens and corporation, United States of America, Union States, or the state of, etc., rest in a corporate people rest there as well. Negro, colored, blacks, etc., African American, whatever you calling yourself, that's not of a nation of people. And then last is 4th is alien. And that is, these are the foreigners who remain as the foreigners with allegiance to their mother country while residing here. What is nationality? Nationality, on page 1176. Nationality, the quality or character which arises from the fact of a person belonging to a nation or state. Nationality determines the political status of the individual, especially with references to allegiance, while domicile determines his civil status. Nationality arises either by birth or naturalization. According to Savigny, nationality is also used as opposed to territoriality for purpose of distinguishing the case of a nation having no national territory. And also your nationality is not determined by the father, it's determined by the mother. So whatever your mother is, that's what you are by bloodline, and you cannot change that. But black, Negro, color, African American, those are not a nation or a people. None of them. Those are what you call a misnomer. And I'm going to go to misnomer so you know what I mean when I say that. Misnomer on page 1151. Mistaken name, giving incorrect name to person in a causation, indictment, pleading, deed, or other instrument. So, that's dealing with nationality in the birthright part. I want to talk about the numbers. It's here. It's a clock. It's a circle, right? Alright. You see the numbers 12, 3, 6, and 9. And notice that they're in the four corners of the circle. And with those four corners of the circle, you're looking at 90 degrees in each one of those corners. And if you add up each 90 degrees of the corners that you see on this clock, it equals up to 360 degrees, which is a full around circle. Or also church, which is high German, by the way. And with the numbers, for an example, you see the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, everything that's inside or between the 12, the 3, the 6, and the 9. For an example, let's do some mathematics. What's 1 times 5? 5. Allah on that little arm head, and also represents love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And then 5 times 2, which is the 2 you see on the clock, is 10. And whenever the time is ticking, that represents the 10 for the whatever time it is, the so-called time. Then 5 times 3 is 15. Alright, 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 6 is 30. 5 times 7 is 35. 5 times 8 is 40. 5 times 9 is 45. 5 times 10 is 50. And then 5 times 11 is 55. And then when we get back to the 12, it's 0, 0. Like for instance, if it's 4 o'clock, it would be 4 colon 0, 0. Now, what does the 12, the 6, the 3, and the 9 all have in common with each other, even though they're different numbers when you're looking at it? Ask yourself that question for a second. Just think about it. What do they have in common? Even though they're different numbers and you see it with your eyes right now. Alright, let me break it down. 3. 3 times 4 is 12. Alright. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. So the 3 goes into each one of these numbers. These other 3 numbers that are circled around the 3. And 3 is also a master number and a sacred seal number as well. It goes into all these numbers. 3. So that's what, when you're looking at a clock, that's what you're looking at. And it also represents the zodiac too, when you're looking at it. The structure of the zodiac. But I was just using that as an example to get you to think, to realize that numbers are very important. Everything is numbers, even when you don't think about it. So that's what I want to deal with, dealing with the numbers. And also dealing with PM and AM. AM is anti-meridian, and then PM is prime meridian. And prime meridian is the north and south, which is on the map when you're looking at your coordinates, north and south, which is your longitude, is long. And then the other way is east and west. So now you know when you're looking at a clock, you know what you're really looking at. And not only that, you know the numbers and how they mathematically align with each other, dealing with multiplication. And also know that it's 360 degrees, you're looking at it a full circle all the way around. And once again, when 360 degrees, the 3 and the 6 equal 9. Also, when you multiply it, 3 times 6 equals 18. 8 plus 1, 9 again. So the power of 9, and also 360 degrees, which is full life, which we all come from the womb, which is the mother. And that was the reason why I'm wearing this fez on top of my head now, the royal crown, because it's pertaining to the mothers and our foremothers and forefathers of civilization. So that's a little brief knowledge on nationality and birthrights and numbers, because I'm a more that likes numbers. So that's the way I want to express to the dumbest nation out here. And if you want to learn anything, or if you're near the Nashville, Tennessee Corporation, you can give me a ring or hit me up on James A. Jackson89 at gmail.com or jjacksonl@gmail.com. Send me an email if you around the territory and you didn't know that I was here, so we can build and uplift fallen humanity, because that's the whole cause of, after you proclaim and declare your nationality, then what do? You're supposed to uplift fallen humanity. You free yourself, and when you free yourself, you go help others. That's the whole point of this Moorish and Divine National Movement. The Prophet Noah Jew Ali said, I gave you enough to save a nation, now go and save yourselves. So with that, I end. Peace and love to everyone. And again, I am James L. in the Tennessee Territory at Morocco. Peace and love. Keep uplifting fallen humanity. Keep building. Keep striving. Don't stop studying. And always look out for yourself. Not in a selfish way, but the knowledge of self is looking out for self. Peace and love.